Blog Talk Radio.
Good evening and welcome to Blog Talk Radio and Diva of Days of Our Lives. Tonight we'll discuss this past week of the show. You can find all our interviews and shows here on Blog Talk Radio. This is our 459th Blog Talk Radio show. You can also find us on Twitter at Diva of Dool, and we also have a Facebook page, and you can also find us on iTunes. And I'm Marianne, and you can find me on Twitter at mama_hooch. And tonight we have with us Anna's here. Hi, Anna.
Hello. You can find me at CosieHooch on Twitter.
Okay. And Jen. Hi, Jen.
Hi, I'm RAXJDK at Twitter.
Okay. And you can also find at Bob Hapka and at Amy Hapka. And we can also find at Teo Penglis. Be sure to check out his Twitter feed, and also at Lauren Coslow, and at Kilt Trip USA, who is Ian Buchanan, and the Diva Carrie at Diva of Dool. I don't think she can make it tonight, but go and check out her tweets. Sometimes she tweets along with the show. Okay, so last week we had some Blog Talk technical difficulties, as we do every so often. So the week or two before that, I had trouble getting on. It kept knocking me off. And I think everyone else was on, but I had trouble getting on. And just last week, Jen and Carrie said they had trouble they got a busy signal. So I don't know what that was all about. I think that's the first time that's ever happened.
Yeah.
I don't know. Can you remember any? I don't know if that's ever happened before. So, but anyway,
good time
working tonight.
Hey, they like to keep it interesting for us.
Oh yeah.
They figure after 459 weekly blogs plus, not including the interviews we've done over the years. You think, hey, let's just mix it up a little bit. Let's make them think that they're going to have their show, and then guess what?
And we've had our And we've had our trouble on our interviews, too. Either they couldn't get through or they got knocked off. Yeah. But everybody was always good sports about it and kept trying to get back on. And so, actually, we never had to cancel an interview because anybody couldn't get through. But so last week I just last week I just gave a quick rundown. I was trying to figure out what was going on, but nothing on like I told Jen, nothing on my on the dashboard that I see shows anything that was wrong, with calls coming in. So, this system's probably a little antiquated. It's not up to, I don't know what the thing.
Sure.
It's not Zoom, so So anyway, So did everybody get a chance to see any of the show, or I guess it's.
I was catching up on the week before, and then I got through. Mm-hmm. So I watched like 5 episodes in a row from last week, and then, or not in a row, but fairly short order.
Yeah, here and there.
And then I got through Mondays of this week, and then I kind of looked through the descriptions of the rest of the week, and it looked like a lot of Abigail. A lot of Abigail.
Well,
Gwen.
yep.
Yeah.
Abigail and Gwen, we could start with it, Abby, I kind of like Abby and Gabi working together as frenemies, I guess. Is another.
But I don't like that they're going to hurt Kate, so I'm not happy about that. But, yeah. I definitely like evil Gabi or Abigail better than, like, milquetoast boring Abigail. But
she's she's been kind of pushed to her edge now. Where she's the one that wants the revenge, kind of like Gwen, wanted the revenge. She just got put to her dark side's coming
I liked how Gabi said at first when Abigail was trying to get her to help her with the revenge, she said, I kind of learned that, I'm like in a really good place right now. My business is starting to reboot, and, I'm with a new company, and, I've got my daughter, and life is good. And, I kind of learned that revenge wasn't as satisfying as I thought it would be or whatever, because she was just like crazy revenge, crazy revenge for like a year. So I thought that was interesting, but she still got pulled in.
Pulled in.
Because only because her own self-interest. Because she's going to help, because Abigail agreed to help her break up Kate and Jake so that she could have Jake again. So. Anyway, that's why I'm not happy with this little partnership that they have. I'm not happy because I like Jake. I like cake together.
Cake. So. So we had them. I guess
Marianne, before we go too far into the show, though, could we also give a shout out and a word of condolences and send our love to Sabina, one of our longtime Days of Our Lives friends, and somebody who's called in many, many times. And many of us have met at one time or another at Days events. And I don't know if you want to say a few words, because I didn't ever meet him, but I know he called in a few times when we had interviews with Teo and people like that. And and so her boyfriend Tim passed away of COVID after a month-long battle or something. And I honestly,
about a month long.
Really, so. I'm not actively on Facebook. I have an account, but I'm hardly ever there, if ever. But you're the one that told me about this happening. So I just wanted to, I know we talked about sending our love to her and wanted to honor Tim Wright, her boyfriend that passed. So anyway, just wanted to mention that.
Yeah, he passed away. I think just on March 2nd. He went in. I think in January, end of January, was, and he's been battling this for the last month. And I've kind of been following, because I'm friends with her on Facebook. I've been following ever since she posted about it, and, everybody sending thoughts and prayers. And he was coming, they had a video of him, and I think with his COVID, he had good days and bad days. And one time you think that he's going to get better, and then he took a turn for the worst. I know they're having funeral services for him down in Florida, and I know when him and Sabina met, they've done a lot of days things. He went with her on on the cruise things and all the days event. I've never met him, only have talked, when he has called into our show, which Sabina has always used to call into the show too. So we do want to send our sympathies to him and his whole family and to Sabina. So I know it has to be hard. So that COVID is still out there, and it still will, because this just happened to him just these last couple of months.
Yeah, that's so sad.
I mean, he got it. So.
Anyway, our hearts go out to her and to him, his family, and everything. So Now, were they based out of Atlanta still, or were they overseas, or what was? Because at one point weren't they overseas?
No, I think they're still in Atlanta.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. No, I don't remember them being overseas, but that could be. Okay. I don't think so. I think he had a business in Florida, or he was from Florida. Okay. I can't be sure of that either, but I know that's where the funeral service is. So I'm thinking he was from. That's where he was from. So So anyway,
Anyway, so we're truly
okay.
That, so.
Yeah.
Okay. So part of our Days family.
Oh yeah. She always supported the Diva of Dool a lot. So Okay. All right. So speaking of, you were talking about Gabi and Abby and Gabi. She finally convinced Gabi to help her, and I guess the last we saw, she went to see Gwen, and it was almost like, was she going to turn against Abby? Because she kept telling Gwen, we two should work together against Abby. And she was trying to convince Gwen, well, she did a lot more worse things than you did. You just more or less framed me for drugging her, but she did a lot worse to me. Right. She did a lot worse to me. So she kind of convinced and said, let's celebrate. And she did drug her, which was, just kind of like what she did to Gabi. But so then Abby comes back over, and they're trying to decide, what to do with her. So then they finally did put her in they got her into the DiMera tunnels, and they have her tied up down. It's kind of neat to see the DiMera tunnels, and I think it must be the same room that we saw before with Kate.
Yeah, they took the beds out.
That was the same one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because wasn't that where Vivian and Kate and Marlena
wait,
I think were in?
Wait a minute, I missed that. What did you just say?
They took the beds out of them.
The bed.
They took the bed. Yeah, there was beds when they were there.
I don't know. I'm sorry, I missed the part.
Down in the DiMera tunnels, the secret room.
DiMera tunnels.
Oh yeah.
They took Gabi down into the DiMera tunnels. Wait a minute, I think
this week. Oh, yeah. That's where they kidnapped her. Okay.
Yeah,
you're right. Because before, was it Marlena,
this Carrie?
Vivian, and Kate?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Okay, I saw 724 pop up. Yeah, there you go. You made it.
Yeah. Well,
724 representing.
Yeah, I'm glad we're all able to call in this week.
I
didn't get no busy signal this week.
Yeah, we were just talking about that.
That was crazy.
And we were just
discussing that.
Sabina.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were just talking about Sabina. Yeah. So yeah, glad you made it and got through. So.
Yeah, I did hear what you guys said about the tunnel and the wine cellar. They actually spruced up the wine cellar. That's the nicest it's ever looked.
Yeah.
I think it actually has wine in it.
Yeah, we were saying, was that the same room?
Hasn't it been sealed off in perpetuity at one point? And then, I guess it was sealed off, but then they unsealed it when they found that whoever it was that was
or it's a different room.
Wouldn't you think, though, by now, I mean, I used to love the intrigue of the tunnels back in the day, but don't you think by now that that's like the first place anybody's going to look if anyone's disappeared? I mean,
you think?
It's kind of like Salem 101.
Cabin.
Even the inept cop shop, that would be the first place that they'd look if they came looking for somebody. So I don't understand it. I don't. But oh well, what the heck?
But who would go looking for Gwen anyway?
No one's
Jack.
No one's going to.
Yeah,
there's no one. Jack would be the only one who'd be looking for her. Yeah, no one else would care.
Really.
Oh,
I don't know if you would think to look there or not.
That's just mean.
And she was found out anyway by Anna, who claimed that was kind of the ending, and she had found her anyway. And I'm thinking, and Anna could care. I'm thinking she's going to just like close the door and let her there. When she was going down, actually, we see her. Yeah, we see her coming in because she's looking for Tony. She asked Chad if she found Tony. They were going to have a champagne lunch together. So, of course, there was no Tony, so she was looking for Tony, and she wanted to go down and get a bottle of wine to take to their that's why she was down in the tunnels. And she must have said, she said to Chad, she says, every day is so much fun with Tony.
Oh.
Well, yeah, every day is so much fun with Tony, so why don't we see him anymore? So I don't know when he's going to be back. Yeah, and that's the first time we've seen Anna or either. We didn't really know kind of what happened to either one of them because they kind of were there and then they weren't there. They didn't say whether they left or what they were doing. So I guess they've still been in town all this time that we haven't, or weeks that we haven't seen them. So I don't know how. Hopefully, we're curious to see if we're going to see more of Anna and what she's going to do about Gwen, and she found her down there. So also, Carrie, we were talking about Abby and Gabi. How do you like that frenemy relationship between them?
Well, I don't like Abby. So there's really no reason for Gabi to get involved in this.
Yeah,
so,
or to take sides with Abby.
Yeah, and basically Abby is manipulating Gabi, which is sad. Gabi should have seen through this. And if when the shit hits the fan, Abby's going to completely throw Gabi under the bus.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah, her type. I kind of thought they were kind of funny together. like arguing back and forth, and I thought it was kind of funny. She said something to Abby wants her to get the drug because she's trying to threaten Gwen to confess.
Oh.
She wants to get this drug from Rafe, and Abby, and Gabi says to Abby, she says, "What, are you nuts?" And she said, "Oh wait, never mind. Sorry, I said that." So it's just kind of little things that they were saying were kind of funny, but yeah, that's what she wants. I guess the whole idea of kidnapping Gwen was to get her to confess that she killed Laura.
I was wondering what the whole point was.
Yeah, because that's what she was trying to do. She had her phone on a recording. Of course, Gwen's not, so she thinks by threatening her with this drug. I don't know. That was kind of, I think, kind of get that whole thing. But I think I saw previews or some kind of spoiler that she goes and she must get away or get out because she goes to Jack to tell Jack what Abby did. So I don't know where all that's going. I don't know. Okay. Okay. So another thing with Gabi. I don't know if Anna saw it or Carrie. Did you see it with Kate and Jake? What they did to Gabi?
Yeah, they bought the building.
Say that again. No, I didn't. I saw all of last week.
Okay, Jen.
And then got through Monday, so I didn't see it. There was a description that said that they got a big win over Gabi, but I didn't see what it was. What did they do? What did Kate and Jake do?
Jen, did you want to?
Yeah, they bought the building that has her store.
Oh.
They kind of bought it out from under her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. I love it.
And then Philip was talking to Kate then. Of course, that's kind of going against Philip too, because Titan versus DiMera. But he kind of pointed out to Kate, he says, you might not have wanted to do that. You might be just driving, Gabi right into Jake's arms, he said, because Jake and Gabi were kind of like arguing, and he says, she's going to get on him. They're going to be arguing. He says, that when that arguing, he says, that can, what that can lead to, a little bit of hate, love-hate stuff. So he's kind of telling her maybe she shouldn't have done that. That might just push Gabi more with Jake. So I don't know. We'll have to see. But
I liked the scenes with Kate and Jake the week before when they were in bed and talking about how she finally decided he talked to her again about please come and join me at DiMera, and I like those scenes. But that was the end of the week before. But
yeah.
Good. Well, they have a short-term victory. We'll see what Gabi does to get a revenge on that.
Yeah. But they do have Jake and Kate together for a lot longer than I thought they would.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I know.
They had
I like them. I really
breaking
like them.
up, kind of, and then getting back together.
Yeah.
I kind of like this longer than what I thought. So
I like it.
I don't know. I don't know how
Yeah, I was afraid they were really going to, no pun intended, but screw Kate over once again.
Yep.
But I like that. I mean, nobody, almost virtually no one except even Marlena and John have been broken up and gotten back together before, with various things that have happened over the years. But so very few of them have been together for the whole time. But so you always think, well, it's not going to last forever, no matter who it is. But I like that. I like that they've let it go longer and that they've, continued with the story. So I've enjoyed that.
And I think this was a little bit last week too, maybe into this week. The argument between Jack and Abby. What did anybody think? Did anybody see that or think about that? The scenes with Abby and Jack.
I don't think the arguing started until this week because he told her. I saw through the part where she came home, and Jack said, "Well, I just want you to know that Gwen was just here," and he says, "I know how you feel about her, and I understand, but she is my daughter as well, and I have told her that I would have her back, and that I would, I don't know how he phrased it, but basically that he would be in her life and be there for her or whatever. And of course, then Abigail's like, I'm not exactly sure how I'm supposed to respond to that. And I liked how Jack
she did not take it well.
No, but and Jen, since you were not always a Jack fan, I thought that I liked what they've done with Jack, and I like the way. I always liked him before, but I like the way that they worded it. He said, I'm sad that the way I chose to conduct my life led to a lot of pain in my family. It hurt the people that I love in my family. In my family. And I thought that was good. I mean, because it's like, back then he was just being reckless and stupid and casual and whatever. Getting somebody pregnant. And who knew all these years later it was going to practically destroy his other daughter's life and all these other ramifications and so on and so forth. So I thought that was a really good moment. I'm not a big Abigail fan, but I liked that moment. I liked Jack, and I liked that moment with him.
I will say I like the way they're writing him this time. He's not a buffoon.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
No, he's more human and more. Yeah, and you can see his point.
And
he's coming from this from guilt. That's what it is. It's all guilt.
And it wasn't from one of those fake, well, if I offended anyone or if I hurt your feelings, I'm sorry. It was like I realized the gravity of what my stupidity earlier in my life and my mistakes have led to pain that you and others of my family are now suffering. And so I thought, they didn't belabor the point, but I just really liked the way that, I loved the way that was written, and I loved the way that he delivered those lines. I thought that was good. That was a good moment. Can I bring up a really quick pet peeve from the week before, since I didn't get to call in on last week?
Sure.
I guess nobody did except for Mary.
Go ahead.
I admittedly
I know,
cry,
and I tried to give a quick rundown, and I hate. It's not the same when you can't bounce ideas off of other people and get other people's opinion. Just kind of like it's just there and there's nobody saying anything.
And I know Jen will back me up on this one, is the one pet peeve that I had. I actually really liked a lot of the week. I liked the Allie stuff and the stuff with Charlie and all that. But I leading up, we all knew he was going to get iced, at some point. But I liked those scenes and everything, and I like how Tripp, how his character's behaving with all this, and how he got attached to the baby, knowing it was his nephew, and all. I was like, oh, how sweet. But, one thing that kind of bugged me, it was a little pet peeve, was when Allie, I think she was telling, I don't know if she was talking to herself or if she was talking to Nicole or who it was, maybe somebody else will remember, but she made some comment about how, this was after Tripp had come by to accept her apology, and he had held the baby and everything for her and everything. And at one point she said, maybe she was just talking to herself, I don't know, but she said something like, or maybe to the baby, you have a lot of strong women in your life, and I think it's time to let a strong man in too, or something like that. And I was like,
oh,
Tripp.
Yes.
And I was like, hello,
yes.
What about your father? Hello.
I've heard it. I've seen that out there. Yep. You're not the only one that noticed that.
Good. Okay. Cause
people complaining about that. She has Lucas, she has John, Roman.
If I had seen it last week, I would have been putting that on blast. But anyway,
Will.
I couldn't let that go, even though it was from the week before. All right, I will get off my now.
Yeah, the writers, I think, kind of messed up on that.
Yeah.
So they're more or less saying that she had no strong men in her life, which she always did. Rafe.
They could have phrased it differently. She could have said, I realize his biological father's never going to be a part of his life. Never want him to be a part of his life. But it would be wonderful for him to have a father figure like that, or something, or a male figure like that. They could have made it to where it was still complimentary to Tripp, but didn't just totally forget the entire legacy of her family and all the superhero men that came from her family. So anyway, okay, all right. So I'll let it go now. Now that I've gotten it off my chest, I feel better. I can breathe now.
All right, well, since you brought up Charlie, the whole Charlie fiasco and who killed him, and of course we got Sami got arrested. Rafe brought her in, and so she's demanding to, see a lawyer. So, of course, she wants Belle to represent her. So Belle still don't want to come in with this,
Why the hell would she want
how
Belle?
Yeah, why would you even ask me after what you did to me?
Sammy has half of that DiMera money still, and I don't think she's blown it all on clothes. So I think that she could probably afford a decent attorney other than her sister.
Yeah.
Well, she could get her other sister if her other sister would talk to her.
That's true.
Yeah, the other sister's a lawyer, too.
Oh, she is?
Yeah, and what
yeah.
Yeah.
She got Roman and Anna out of jail.
Oh, I didn't realize that. Okay. I forgot about that. Okay. I don't know.
She pleaded and finally Belle gave in after like telling her off again, for all that she did with the whole Jan Spears thing and everything. But she decided of course she tells Sami, now you have to tell me everything. You can't lie to me. Oh. And then she was saying about the gun, and she says, well, she never touched the gun. Well, yeah, it's
she's
Sami
holding the gun.
She's holding. She has these flashbacks that she's holding the gun, and then Rafe comes in with the test back, and her prints are on it. So there she did. She just lied to Belle. And Belle looks at her. So I don't know what's going to go from there. So I don't know.
So
she has flashes. It looks like she killed him, but she's too obvious.
Yeah.
Too obvious.
Well, and she walks in. I didn't realize she just washed her hands, but I was like, I thought she was, when she first walks in and Rafe's standing there over his body, I thought she had like something she was going to cover the body with or try to get rid of the body with. That blue, like, I guess it was just a paper towel or something, but or a towel or something. But so I've only seen Mondays of this week. So from that point, what I was surmising was potentially that it could have been John that went off on him and shot him, and since Sami threw him under the bus before, she's taking the bullet for him this time. Could that
I think
be
she's
it?
covering for someone. I think she's covering for someone. Yeah, and John has no memory because he's in the hospital now on test because he admitted to Marlena that he went to see Charlie, but he blacked out and he can't remember anything after that.
Didn't he have a flashback of a gun going off? Didn't he have like a, or am I imagining that?
Yeah.
It seemed like I thought he had a flashback to hearing a gun
like
or something.
The ones that they're kind of pointing to that looked guilty are him, Allie, and Sami so far. But Allie, just the way she's talking, the things she's saying, but I mean, Ava can be a suspect. Claire, there's so many. I think there's like 10 or 12 of them.
Could have been
suspects.
It better not be
Lucas. Angelo.
Angelo just came into town. And
it might come down to that. Somebody in the the
mob.
Vitali. Yeah, the mob. Thing. So
I don't know.
But anyway, that's where we are with the whole Sami and all that Charlie stuff. So
I was kind of, I kept feeling like he could be redeemed at some point along the way until the turning point, though. And I think the turning point for me though was when he went after Claire at the end there and lost it with her. And I was like, okay, there's really no coming back from that. But by then the writers had decided they were going to off him. So I was like, oh well. Yeah, I think it's a shame because
But they had it out for him.
I do think that he had a story, and I think he had more story to tell, or they had more story they could tell with him. And I think the relationship with him and Ava and Tripp, all that, if they were, and I can't even believe I'm saying I would want to see a story with Ava, but, Tamara's doing a great job with this time around with, I actually like Ava this time around, and that maybe it's just the writing. I don't know, but I'm never a fan of her coming back for whatever character she's playing. But I've actually liked her this time more, I guess. But I don't know. Anyway, whatever. But that's my 2 cents.
It seems there's always characters that come on the first time and you hate them, but you grow to love them. And like she's maybe kind of one of them, and Xander is one of them. I couldn't stand the character when he first came on.
I mean, aside from her being batshit crazy half the time, But I think also, I mean, she was responsible for Sean Senior's death, and then also she was so crazy obsessed with Patch all that time that was just annoying to me, really annoying to a degree, and to the nth degree. But they're not they're not writing her that way this time, so I can kind of deal with her better, I think.
The writing, it's all in the writing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely.
And the actor and actresses too. I think they play it a little different too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So another one is doing a really good job as Stacy with her Kristen Susan and Susan Kristen.
Yeah.
Routine.
It makes my head hurt.
I know. But how did you like when she was in? It was Kristen, but really Susan talking to Lani in the jail.
Oh my God!
How Lani didn't pick up because she was letting that accent come out, and the whole you could see Susan.
Lani, being the big
that was
detective
so good.
that she was, I thought she was gonna. I thought she figured it out. And in fact, did you think that when she was saying, "Oh, remember that gelato place we went to and blah on the piazza and all," I thought she was just setting her up. I thought she was gonna say, "Oh yeah," and then she'd be like, "We never went to gelato" or whatever, I kept thinking Lani was going to figure that out and nail her to it, but oh well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
so
I thought Lani's the cop. Come on, Lani, you should have figured it out. We're all sitting there. Wait a minute, she sounds completely different. Yeah,
I know.
She sounded like Susan.
And it's not like Susan Banks is unknown to the Salem community.
Right.
But,
right, and they know that she's already, that Kristen has done that before. Impersonated Susan.
Mm-hmm.
So
but Chloe and Brady haven't figured it out either.
well
Jen,
that's understandable.
They're the two dumbest people in Salem, just about. So I'm not surprised that hasn't happened yet.
Well, Chloe at times has a brain.
Well, that's true.
More so than Brady. Yeah, that's true.
I shouldn't be.
Sorry, Brady.
I shouldn't be that offensive.
Brady just looks pretty. That's all. That's all he has. That's what he got.
I just think we need to make sure that the cameras are there whenever he has to have his bandages, his dressing redone. I do think we need to do that. And I do think that it's kind of sad that just like Philip grew back a limb that he lost in the war. I just think that it would have been a little bit nice if they had even a little scar for the fact that the guy has a heart transplant. But oh well. I mean, it is a beautiful chest.
We forgot about that.
Chest, and
we don't want to mess that chest up.
I think for the sake of superficiality here, I'm okay with it. But just so long as everybody knows that they're doing that, and that they,
he had the scar, leaves it off.
Yeah, there you go. Oh. Anyway.
So I thought Kristen was about to lose it. Of course, she's trying to pretend to be Susan when Chloe's all over Brady. But sooner or later she's just gonna. I can't believe she hasn't told Brady. I can't believe she just doesn't come out and just tell Brady what she's doing. I don't know.
I know.
Weird.
Oh, yeah, very weird.
But speaking of chess and anything else, did anybody see Xander?
Oh my God.
Oh my God!
Nope, haven't seen that yet.
I'll be getting haven't seen that yet. And Ciera catches him while it's the seamstress has his kilt open. Looks like she has his kilt open in the front and is in there trying to sew in. I don't know what she was doing, but she was on her knees. So Ciera got the wrong idea. So she said, "What's going on in here?" So, but
does it strike anybody as funny
says,
that they're in a big hurry to get married now, and in such a big hurry that they're getting married while Maggie's out of town?
All of a sudden they're getting married, but I have a feeling that marriage isn't going to take place from spoilers that I've heard. They're going to get married in Salem. Come on, do you really? I don't think this one's going to.
Yeah.
But anyway, he wanted to surprise Ciera because he wants to get married in a kilt. And he was upset because she saw him in his kilt before the wedding, kind of just like the whole thing with the wedding gown. But anyway, So, and I saw in spoilers that something. Kristen supposedly kidnapped Ciera. Why? I don't know. What that connection is. Anybody see that spoiler?
Can she leave her in a dungeon somewhere? No, well, I shouldn't say that.
I know, all these kidnappings. This is the thing now. Everybody's getting kidnapped. This seems to be the thing. So, but I don't know why Kristen and Ciera. Why she's going after Ciera, I have no idea. The revenge against Xander? Does Xander not want to help her? I don't know. I mean, they have a history, so I don't know.
Well, Xander was part of the scam with the babies, so so
and
she's
revenge against Victor.
Yeah.
And Rex is coming back, so I don't know if there's a connection with Rex and Ciera too. That's what's going on there, because he's coming back. So I don't know where that's going. And speaking of kidnapping, we still have Ciera in the glass bubble.
Oh, Lord.
Now she's reading Alice through the looking glass, and he has Alice in Wonderland. And they had their dreams, and she's still alive. And then, so we have Clyde listening, overhearing Orpheus and Evan, thinking something's going on. He stabs Orpheus, grabs his cell phone, calls Evan, kind of makes that connection there. So he calls Ben, gives Ben the cell phone, and tells him Ciera's still alive, go find her. And now we have, that's what's going on there. So,
Maybe
and Evan
wants
to kill Ben? So now Evan wants to kill Ben?
Evan, he wants to have, I guess, Ciera pay. Instead of killing Ciera, we're going to kill Ben.
Kind of like the reverse of what Benson did to Ben. Okay.
Kind of.
Benson
and also, he gave her a newspaper. He gave her a newspaper saying that Ben was killed in a motorcycle crash, but she wouldn't believe it because she dreamt of Ben. And it's not true. He says, "Well, I can make it true." He said he was going to leave and go kill Ben. So I don't know how much longer until they get reunited, and who knows? I don't know.
Imagine how boring their life's going to be when they're back together again. That's all I got to say.
Well, that we got to find a. We can't they'll be happy for a little bit.
Honey.
Yeah. Well, nobody's happy for long. Now Patch and Kayla just got married, so now how long are they going to be happy? Not too much longer. Something's going to happen. Ava, I don't know. Ava might be going with Rafe. I don't know. I think they're trying to make the Rafe-Ava connection there. First, I thought Nicole.
And when Nicole's going to get jealous of that.
That might be. Maybe it's going to be a triangle there. I don't know. Unless Ari comes back. Or another Ari. I don't know what they'll do there. I don't know. Let's see. Anything else? Jen, can you think of? I'm trying to think. We have Roman was on talking to Allie, but what did you think of anything else?
Steve so needed to get decked.
Okay. The Justin Bonnie stuff. Yeah. Did you want to talk about that?
All the crap Steve has pulled in his life.
Well, true. But he did apologize. I mean, he did realize, although it took Kayla to make him.
And Justin, it's like, seriously?
And Justin, So he had to apologize to Bonnie. So I guess Justin and Bonnie are, they're still a thing, and so that was cute. So I like to see them, just like Judy Evans and Wally Kurth together. Yeah. I keep thinking, are we going to find Adrian alive just as soon as Bonnie and Justin get close?
I hope so.
Or maybe, I don't know, or is Adrian really dead?
Nobody's dead there.
No, nobody's still dead there. Maybe Charlie really isn't dead. I don't know.
You never know.
You never know. And then we had just Pauline. Paulina's back.
Oh, yeah.
And I hear she has a daughter that's coming on, too.
She's coming in with the younger set.
Yeah, and Theo's coming back.
Yep.
So I'm thinking her and Theo supposedly supposed to get together. I don't know. I'm thinking Paulina and Abe.
Could
what anybody think about that? They keep trying to put Abe with somebody, but let him with somebody. I liked him with Kate.
Kind
of thought they're. So I thought with Kate and then maybe with Valerie again.
Yeah.
But every time they go there, they just stop. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
He's kind of like Roman.
Yeah.
They won't let either one of them have anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really get it.
Yeah.
Same
with Roman. Well, Kate could always go back to Roman if Jake leaves her for Gabi. I think go with Roman.
Yeah.
Bring Andre back for her. That's what I like to see.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Tony and Anna and Andre and Kate. I think that would be. They could have some good times at the DiMera mansion, fighting for control.
Yes, and you could throw a woman in the mix too.
Yeah. I don't know. So, there were some good. Did everybody see the Chad and Jack scenes? I have to admit, I kind of liked Billy Flynn in those scenes. He did good.
Yeah, I agree.
I thought he did. I thought he did a really good job. I mean, the emotion was there. He's back in Abby and telling Jack he's crazy for he can't understand why he's supporting, Gwen, why he's taking Gwen's side over Abby's, and yeah, I thought those were really. I think Billy Flynn did a good job on that. He did. So.
Cool.
Well, I think that's it. Unless anybody, I don't know what other all the storylines. I think Chloe comes on. Oh, there's previews. Everybody see the promo?
No. What is it?
Okay. So the promo with Chloe says to Brady something about I think we could be good together. It's basically that, and I think it's Ben. Is Ben rescuing Ciera? Did I see that? And I'm not sure. I just looked at it real quick.
And in the next scene, you see Susan with a knife going into Chloe's back.
Oh gosh.
Oh.
No.
Oh geez.
And I didn't mean. I mean, Chloe's obviously got a brain. I mean, she was smart, and wasn't she like a smart kid in school and all that? I didn't mean to be ugly about her, but I think one of the characters was back earlier. But with Brady and Chloe together, sometimes it's like it is a little bit comical. But I like that she was getting pissed off at Susan, though. Like, what is your problem? What is the deal? You don't need to. You're not
with the muffins.
Yeah.
She brought Brady his famous zucchini muffins, but she had already made him blueberry pancakes. So they were arguing over that. And she was trying to basically just throw her out as soon as she opened the door. Oh, here she is. Of course, you got to remember it's Kristen and not Susan. But Susan doesn't like her either. Yeah. So she can see right through her. I mean, Chloe is so obvious. Of course, there's Brady without a brain. He just.
Yeah.
Well, although I think he really is starting to have feelings for her too himself. But you know how Brady is with women. I mean, he's just how he's.
Oh, yeah.
That's where he's clueless.
He's going to pick the worst of all the people he could possibly pick. He's always going to go for the worst one.
Yeah,
the one that's the worst for him.
Yeah.
And the one that's fooling him the most. Well, I mean, Chloe's being genuine, but I don't know. It's kind of funny. But it's pretty funny. I bet they had some good laughs with gee. Brady has to be shirtless in this scene because Chloe's changing the dressing on his wound.
Right.
I bet they had a lot.
I love how they come up with the different reasons to have these guys with no shirts. Xander standing there with no shirt because he's getting his, getting his kilt measured up or whatever. I don't know. And there's just always different reasons. So for those two.
Yeah.
It's usually just those two. I can't think. Is there any other guys they usually have with their shirts off? No.
They used to do Dr. Dan like that.
It should be Lucas.
But it's usually those two.
Yeah. Lucas used to be.
Yeah. Oh, Ben, too. He's another one. There's reason, he's usually laying in bed or jumps up from a dream, doesn't have a shirt on. So.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else? I don't know anything else that's going on at Days other than that. Any other news?
Not that I know of.
No? Okay. Okay. All right, then. Well, thanks, everybody, for calling in. Glad everything worked this time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Take care.
All right. Well, have a good week.
Yep.
All right.
Good night.
Next week.
Bye.
Right.
Bye.
A Kia SUV is capable of taking you far. But when you use it locally to help your community, you go even further. Whether that's carrying cargo, bringing your team with you, ready, or navigating new terrain. Power up your capability with the right Kia SUV. Do more with the Kia Sportage, Kia Telluride, Kia Sorento, or Kia Seltos. Kia. Movement that inspires. Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Always drive safely.